Hi, I'm Emily Hatch, and this is The Gigging Singer. Let's take a look at a video of me and my student Bryce talking about the ever-elusive term forward or mask.
I don't like the something that I had always heard was like, oh, you should feel like the mask of your face vibrating. I
Mm.
have no idea what that means. I still don't know what that means. But that was definitely like when you told me that and I started using that, I was like, oh, that might be what everybody's talking about. Because I could feel that kind of a thing.
So when you were thinking about sending this on to your teeth, it
Mm-hmm.
made that kind of thing happen that you'd heard about before. It's interesting, like, people do literally resonate with different ideas. And so I think that old mask idea is really good intentioned idea, but sometimes it makes us just push our voices to try to find that. And if you sing loud enough, you'll feel something somewhere. Whereas this idea to me, after we'd worked on like the yeah thing, helped us kind of dial in more specifically where it really just like relaxes our jaw, makes our tongue come up and like shoots some sound here. And then that vibration is like a byproduct sort of
Right.
that great relaxed sound, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about what am I saying here. Resonance is a wonderful thing. It is very complicated. And so oftentimes in classes and things, we will have a very well-intentioned teacher say, put the sound in your mask or put it forward. And often we relate that to maybe a sensation of a buzzing or something. And there are other ways to kind of think about forward and that really, or mask, that is perhaps more of a thing you can physically do without just thinking about it really broadly. The problem with resonance in general is that it is kind of high tech. It is physics. Like how it works is that there's a vibration that exists inside your face. So there, it's kind of like whistling. That is the sound of the inside of your mouth. And if you notice when you whistle, your tongue is filling some space and then it is letting space get bigger. As the pitch rises, the space gets smaller inside your mouth. As the pitch lowers, the space gets bigger. Even if you can't whistle, you could just, and you can notice that there is a pitch that exists inside your mouth. So this is a really simple explanation of resonance, but it is the sound that exists inside your mouth with no voice working with the sound that exists that is being made by your vocal cords. Those two sounds or like frequencies are full of many sounds and they can work together or they can work against each other. So as we're trying to make someone louder, for instance, so often forward is used in classical singing or in especially musical theater, super bright things. That concept is to give you more power without having to work as hard, or maybe give you more perceived volume so that you don't have to work as hard. But the problem is that when we focus on something that is kind of more, it's a really complex thing that we're trying to make really simple by saying one quick thing like feel it here. Some of us don't really feel it there. So one thing we can do to try to feel a focused sound come forward or toward the front of our mouth, I like to think of it like we're trying to make the sound go all the way to our teeth without feeling it stop in the middle. Your vocal cords will always be making the pitch happen. So singing from your throat is kind of like, yeah, but we would rather not feel it in our throat. We'd rather kind of feel it coming toward a destination like this. Ooh. So when you do that, you can feel a little vibration happening in between your teeth in your finger. Woo! So we're feeling not very much action here. Woo! Right? So we want to try to kind of capture that little feeling. You're not going to feel the same as when you have your finger between your teeth, but it's a good place to try to focus on where you're wanting things to go. This is going to save you some energy. Now let's try one that is poochy lips and yee. So making sure it's not e, but yee. I'm still focusing on the same thing like your fingers there. Yeah. Now, when you go open to yeah, you're going to lose most of that really focused vibration. Yeah. But what you might do is continue to kind of have the vision of it staying in this general zone, your energy. Yeah, staying in that kind of general place. So that may be what people are referring to when they say forward or in the mask. This may just be another way for us to think about it. So in this case with Bryce, they had heard forward or mask before, and then they did another exercise that helped them out a little bit more. And like I said, resonated a little bit more with them. So that may work for you. Perhaps you've been trying to force things forward, and you may be noticing that you just are louder and maybe feeling a lot of effort. Here's another way to work on our resonance coming toward this area. Now, there's so much more happening with resonance than just one simple thought or a few minutes of explanation could possibly. I have taken so many classes about resonance and formants and all this stuff, and it still is a process to fully understand the whole scope. So if this works for you, I'm so excited. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon.